Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of Skylanders Spyro Adventure Soul Seekers on the here on the channel even, Soul Seekers, that's the series and it's here on the channel. I am, kind of stuttering for dramatic effect and all that, but regardless, this seems to be the series where first of all I collect winged sapphires and then just kind of stand there dawdling, staring, wondering, what should I do with my life? We're going to press Y button now and see what the Clamtron 4000 has to say. It doesn't have much to say, it just has, a rustic oil can type voice, so clearly that's what the beast is after. Regardless, I'm glad to be starting off this section of the Zap, because as you can tell he has the sea slime slide, so it's going to make grabbing all of those clams a whole lot more easier for us. Hopefully easier than blasting our fireball saucer crates, because that was one of my many failures during the introduction of this here video. Not only did I start mispronunciating just about anything and everything, but on top of that I also couldn't seem to aim with Zap's lightning pellets for some reason or another. With that being said, the Clamtron 4000 is going to help us out with something, so long as we collect some clams for said Clamtron 4000, that is. But today's episode is going to be rather quite exciting. We're going to head to Crystalline Castle, complete that to 100%, and then not beat Stone Town. Very strange for me to be saying that even. But yes, Stone Town is problematic for the reason that life is a gate in that level, but I don't have any life Skylanders unlocked right yet, as you can tell from them all being darkened out on the layout to the top right hand corner of the screen, mind you. So how am I supposed to gather my first life Skylander? Well, you see the first life soul gem in the game belongs to that of Stump Smash, but unfortunately Stump Smash in and of himself is locked behind a Tech Elemental Gate, another element in which we don't seem to have any Skylanders for just yet, but I could go back to Oilspill Island and gather myself Boomer's soul gem. We will be seeking out his soul, so then in turn we can seek out the soul of one Stump Smash. Yeah, that's basically the routine we shall be taking advantage of. And the best thing about Oilspill Island is that when we go back to 100% even, all we need is all the collectibles and that jazz, since the speedrun objective has already been beaten. On that note though, we really need these guys to move along with their long ass explanations of just about anything and everything, it seems like. How is it only just now that Hugo's noticed that there's a massive bomb right there? Anyways, to add on further to my pile of failures this episode, I do want to apologise if you hear anything in the background. Not only is my Xbox 360 running its fans like madness, but also my laptop is not only recording this gameplay you see before you, but it's also exporting the previous episode. So naturally, it's got a lot going on for it in its processing unit, so it needs some sort of fans to cool it off. Hence why you can no doubt hear said fans, or you can't, and I just went on this embarrassing tangent about noises that you can't even hear. Anyway, we did manage to snipe that wall right now, so we can introduce the world to the greatest NPC within the entirety of this franchise, Diggs. No idea even why people tend to hate on this NPC so much. I mean, he's legendary. Just listen to his voice. It oozes raw charisma. This guy has so many layers and depth to his character arc. He is by far the most sophisticated and most well-written NPC of the entirety of the Skylanders franchise, and people have a quarrel with that, I believe is the word for a problem, at least the fancy word for a problem. And to that I say, they are just jealous of Diggs' raw power. The only character that, dare outweighs the power of Diggs over here is Igniter, of course. Igniter is just unbeatable. He is the verge of invulnerable, you could even go as far to say. He is. But putting all them gags aside, Diggs, he comes pretty close to that. He is just a few tiers below Invincible, I would go as far to say, which still makes him an Aloy tier NPC even. Once again, I am stuttering, but this guy is just making me quiver with so much fear due to his just sheer and raw awesomeness that I can't help but stutter, it seems. Comedy gold, you see what I mean? This NPC, he's charismatic and he's hilarious. You can't go wrong with classic old Diggs now, can you? Greatest NPC in Skylanders history without a hint of sarcasm nor shadow of doubt. Now this has been quite the 5 minutes worth to open up the episode with, but now we officially have Crystalline Castle upon us. Can I skip this cutscene first time around? I'm not too sure if I can, to be honest, because if I can't, that's tragic, because all this deep stew, I just want to get it out of here so I can actually, you know, push for playing the video game buttons. Not necessarily for be good with video game button, that's asking too much of me, but just playing the video game period, I would love to be able to do exactly just that. Yes, hello there, Diggs. I'm not sure if your, you know, glasses right now are supposed to be helping out of anything. You know, if you are as blind as you say you are, which you are, because an NPC as legendary as you doesn't need to lie to get your way around. You know, people will just bend over backwards and do anything you please in fear of what you'll do to them, rightfully so, because you are just that powerful, Diggs, my man, my main man. So can we move along already? No, I'm asking too much again. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, let's hit this eye switch without further ado. Thanks to the might of a hint that I never could have figured out without it. That what I needed to do was hit that eye switch, mind you. Diggs, he's out of here. No! He will be avenged. Not by Zap, though, by Dynarang, because the Earth element is popping up. Wait for it. Wait for it. I told you so. And just like that, onto our portal, Dynarang shall be placed. I got worried that the game crashed on that freeze frame for a moment there, but luckily for me, that's exactly not what happened. So we're good over here, and I'll be grabbing that there food. Don't mind if we do. Now, technically, Dynarang does have the ability to control his boomerangs, but really, would we want to go through that much pain? No, we would not. To answer my own named question right there. So boom, let's take out that fool, grab that piece of chicken. Can't go much wrong with that, as we have more fools to take out. Oh yeah. And a Cyclops chopper, in the words of the mighty Arnold Schwarzenegger, get to the chopper. And on that note, Dynarang's absolute OP-ness is going to bring us into the air elemental area, where our only representative of said element is going to be Sonic Boom. For clear cut, like MVP of the series so far, I mean, she has gotten us through so many situations already, mostly because she was our first soul that we managed to seek out, and then our second one died in his own level. How embarrassing, right? So yeah, naturally, playtime with her has become quite high for this series, to be saying the absolute minimal. I could say more, I'm just not, which is why the minimal is being said. And here we go, with more story scrolls that, despite I haven't collected it, we're not going to be listening to. I would say reading, but, you know, Master Eon kind of does that for us. Anyway, there is a legendary treasure over here, I believe, and I believe so correctly. That is awesome. What's a little less awesome, however, is the fact that Sonic Boom is already maxed out on gold. But never mind, this 400 gold is just going to go to waste, I suppose. Okay, there goes that fool then. He stood no chance against me and my babies. So yeah, let's be screeching towards that thing with Bob right there. And you know, there's going to be plenty of chompies around here, but you know, we're going to just cause so many explosions right here. It's just going to be a pattern of raw chaos. What awesomeness. And we're going to do it again. Boom! Man, I love how that looks. It just looks so damn cool, of like the air flowers we create from the screeching and the chain reaction caused from all of those screeches connecting with one another, mind you. So let's be hitting all these crates because they looked at me funny. They obviously should not have done that. That was a big mistake on their behalf. Yeah, let's be grabbing that gold right there. Don't mind if we do. And then we'll be pushing these turtles into place, all these turtles. Okay, finish off with that one right there, sweet. Take down all that right there too while we're at it, which is also sweet. And now we have more unskippable cutscenes, you know, pointing me to the direction in which I know of already. But regardless, it's time to swap out for an undead Skylander so we can access this elemental gate without further ado even. And luckily for us, that's where Ghost Roaster comes into play. Or in this case, he just kind of like, you know, does his thing, whatever that is. Okay, we're going to grab this gold because I feel like it. I mean, it was pretty nice gold. Other way. Shlam! And shlam some more. Ghost Roaster being Beast, most obviously, because he's Ghost Roaster. How can he be anything other than a Beast, mind you? These guys have got to go. Simple as. And luckily for me, I seem to be doing quite good at, performing the activity of getting these guys out of here. Oh, never mind, some people just kind of like snuck up on me, which is just awfully rude old chaps, but, for the amount of sheer power Ghost Roaster has right now, I almost feel sorry for those guys' absolute annihilation, as I just stick back and forth in a locker hat that of course we're going to be wearing. Why would we not take up the opportunity to wear such a legendary hat? Alright, so we're going to head back out here. We could swap back to Sonic Boom, but there's not going to be much point considering that Earth is about to pop up right now. So let's swap back to Dynarang so we can access his very own elemental gate right here. And then after this moment onwards, I'm pretty sure Sonic Boom is going to be solo shot the entire level, since, the only other element that pops up here is Tech, and we are yet even to head back to Oilspill Island to pick up Boomer's soul gem. His soul is yet to have been seeked. Okay, so now we have approached a puzzle that I have no clues as to how we even beat it, to be perfectly honest, and clearly it's not that way. How about this way? And then this way? Well, this is going to lead us to the hat as a bare minimum, so we can get that and then we can figure out the treasure chest later on. But first things first, we're absolutely going to be applying this helm to the head of one Dynarang because it's awesome, no other reason. Okay, what if we then went to do that? Perfection! And now that boomerang guiding I was talking about, this is where it's going to be a perfect, mind you. Okay, there we are. And now we have this treasure chest before us. How glorious indeed. Okay, sweet. All this gold, glorious gold. So on that note, where's the door? Let's get back out of here. Even though I do seem to be asking a lot. Yep, especially when I lock myself out, that is. Locking myself out, not of highly convenientness, but can I escape this way? No, because some idiot, when they coded this here section, didn't decide to put a teleport pad right there, which would have been, really good level design, but unfortunately, that said really good level design was too much to ask for. Okay, here we are. How about you from here? That would be perfect, if not for the fact that, we got locked out again. Okay, now we go here, right? Nope, could be more wrong. How about going here next then? And then we go here. Nope, the answer is still no, or is it? We can go here, and then what if we did this? Yeah, there we are. You can consider these puzzles solved. Take that puzzle, take that, and shove it up your... I'm just gonna end there as we collect Prison Break's soul gem, unlocking him via having seeked out his soul. And of course we're going to preview him as per the regular formula of the series. Now Prison Break looks awesome purely because he most certainly is. Boom! Look at that explosion right there. All those guys just dealt with in a single blow because Prison Break has those capabilities to call his own, regardless for element of the area is air, so it's time to swap out for Sonic Boom and have her solo shot for the remainder of the level. Not that I have any problems with that whatsoever. But yeah, I would have Sonic Boom as the unique Skylander of the thumbnail, but she was dedicated within the thumbnail of the very first episode, so instead I will assume that the Skylander being in the thumbnail for this particular episode is going to wind up being Dynarang, given that he got the most screen time this episode outside of Sonic Boom, and I don't want to repeat Skylanders for their personalisation within the thumbnails, mind you. Anyway, these guys have got to go, or not. Which basically means that because there's only like 37 different Skylanders in this game, of course the 4 legendaries, Dark Spyro, as well as the faithful 32 characters, I can only have this series be 37 episodes long before repeating renders, so I'm hoping that that doesn't wind up happening. For episode exceeding 37 episodes even, or the series exceeding 37 episodes, because that's what would make the most grammatical sense in me saying just that. So here we go, outer courtyard. The only thing making sense about this episode right now is the lack of sense it's making. Oh, and we're at the inner courtyard where there's no elemental area attached to it, but that still means I can't swap out. Not until there's an element that is different than that of the air element for Sonic Boom right here, as well as an element for a soul that I have seeked out already. No, a lot of criteria, that one. We're just going to drop straight on that guy and Screech. Love that. I'm going to do the same with this guy right here. Screech, baby, Screech. Okay, that egg went off who knows where, but ultimately that egg is going to become the most destructive force moving forward as we collect this treasure chest and, you know, have found every last one, as that objective marker would put it. Okay, watch out for these guys. There we are. Yeah, continue to take them out, baby. We're going to get multiple eggs in here because I feel like it, no other reason. Okay, here we are, take out that, take out that, and take out you guys. Yeah, here we go with the secondary tower then. Once this one falls, we can head towards the main tower and beat the level already. At this pace, we're going to wind up getting the cleared objective by total accident also, but that would probably be too much fast force. That's no doubt why it's not going to happen, or better yet, we're going to be exactly 1 second off of it. Because that's just my kind of luck for you. But on that note, those guys, they are going down. And so is Dapping Bob right now for Lisa. That's keeping us locked out and everything. Yeah, let's get out of here. I keep on accidentally creating new babies rather than pressing the button, which is that of the flight ability. Because that's the B button, not the X button. At least in terms of the Xbox 360 controller setup, mind you. Okay, so let's just be flying up here with our absolute raw speed and awesomeness. I mean, those things just come as a given when it's Sonic Boom we're talking about here. I don't want to quite enter that section just yet because I want to doubly make sure that we 100% get the enemy goal here. It'll be worthless getting the speed on objective if we don't also get the enemy goal. You know, either objective is just as necessary to the middle star completion of just about every single level in this game. Then again, because we did the Undead Gate, I'm pretty sure that guarantees the enemy goal even. The elemental goal, yes, that's also been met because we accessed all of the elemental gates in this level. You know, again, all of these things that are basically a given. What's also a given is that I'm going to absolutely annihilate these guys right now with my charged up blast, as well as my babies. You know, we might have just took a hit right there, but that's no problem whatsoever. Told you so. Didn't take out this guy right here. Boom, baby. And then the Crystalline has been unlocked for us. So the penultimate question is, did or did we not just speedrun? I mean, it sure did feel like a speedrun. It's a very successful one at that, because we got through that level in effectively under 10 minutes. But, you know, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, big difference. So therefore, weren't quite close enough to 5 minutes 59 seconds now, were we? Which means we'll just have the opportunity to speedrun again at a later date, right after, of course, we skip the cutscene by pressing the best button in the video game, the skip button. So we are going to tackle the start of Stone Town and just get the legendary treasure, because the legendary treasure is within a life elemental area, and Stump Smash, if he becomes our only life Skylander and we start to tackle that section, it's going to be near impossible to be speedy with him because he's one of the more slower Skylanders. So naturally, I want to tackle and get that legendary treasure before I have any life Skylanders that will slow me down. But yeah, that basically means that midway through the level, we're just going to head into the options and select for Oilspill Island to be tackling. Let's get going to Stone Town, baby. Man, my awkward silence just have to stop. So here we go, let's be following digs. Not that I'm the most excited to do so, because I'm overjoyed. I'm not just overexcited to be accompanying this legendary NPC right now. I am overjoyed is what I am. This NPC is just so legendary. So, either way, we now have cutscenes that we can't skip. Rather unfortunate of that, but yes. We shan't be here long, not to worry. But we will be here for more longer if Diggs doesn't know the meaning of SHUT UP! So yeah, we now get an entire preview of the level which we are not going to be playing. But luckily for me, as soon as I pick up the legendary treasure, it will be saved. So once we come back to this level again in future, we won't need to collect it all over again. Say, Sonic Boom here is a lot more speedy than Stump Smash, and there's for Life Gate that we're going to need to have Stump Smash's soul seeked out for. Thank you for nothing, you useless preview. You're just wasting my precious time. I want a speedrun already. With the might that is Skylanders of the life element are stronger in this zone. Okay, here we are. We're going to be creating all sorts of massive explosion thingy-McBobs thanks to the might of our speed and power right here. So yeah, let's grab that bomb. Hey, turn. I somehow got caught in an invisible wall right there. But by some miracle, I still managed to make it here, which is fan-frickin-tastic. But yeah, Stump Smash never would have had the speed and capabilities in order to get around here with such ease, unlike Sonic Boom herself right now. So yep, there's the Mona Lisa. We're going to let that Spyro face vanish because that is the autosave icon. We don't want to load up another level until after, of course, this here level had finished auto-saving with collectibles at hand. But now that that's all said and done with, let's head back to Oilspill Island, well, to beat it, and also skip over the unnecessary deep stew right now, as we have caged Gilman to free. Again. But here comes a story scroll. One that I would normally love to listen to because it's one talking all about hair, and for those of you who don't know, my hair is incredibly glorious. It's where all of this magnificent charisma you're hearing from me comes from right now. I wouldn't have nearly the charisma I do without the long hair upon my head. Troll Grease Monkey, eh? We're going to take him down on the Access Platform Alpha over here. BSA, despite being a story scroll dedicated to hair, I am unfortunately still going to be skipping it because it's unnecessary deep stew, so we press the best button in the video game for skip button to get it out of here already. So I believe the element theory is about to change the water. I believe so correctly. So let us be bringing in Zap without further ado. Text Punk, I'm sorry to say it, but nobody cares. Okay, here we go. He might have some blasts up his sleeve, but you know what I have? I have a Zap up my sleeves, which is far superior because this guy is awesome. I mean, I could totally see why Riley loved this guy to the extent which he did. And on that note, let's be opening up this treasure chest right now, again with jiggling sticks that you can definitely 100% hear in the mic, because, you know, when you rock a stick back and forth, you can't help but make noise in the process. I'm glad that this is not a quiet place, because if this was a quiet place, I couldn't play this video game without making the noise to where the monsters would just come and instantly have some bloodlust over me. I mean, I couldn't blame him, I'm sure I'm tasty. So take out that fool and activate a tech elemental area that I can't even take advantage of, for I have no tech Skylanders, not yet anyway. But that is why we're here, isn't it? Seeking the soul of our first tech Skylander. First things first, so we're going to grab that key, push this crystal into place. Free Ozzo Gilman, and then, you know, be circling this crystal right round, baby, right round. Okay, let's destroy this wall then. This is gonna give us some cheese, first of all. Oh, I do love my cheese. And then we have another treasure chest right now. Easy to it. Thank you, game, for pointing out the obvious in the fact that I have indeed collected a treasure chest and activated another water elemental area where Zap is stronger, so it sure is convenient that I'm playing as him right now as we seek out Boomer's soul gem wherever it might be. Aha! I found it, hiding just out the edge of the camera, mind you, but just hiding. Wasn't hiding enough. I found him regardless of how well hidden the game thought he was. Because the game, it thought wrong, that wasn't nearly hidden enough. Not for me, seeking out the souls of these characters right now. I'm a soul seeker through and through. There is nothing that will ever stop me from successfully gathering up these souls that I am seeking out. Anyway, what's lucky is that we just unlocked Boomer right now by seeking out his soul, and we also get to play as him for the element of the area has reverted back to tech. I'm also going to take this opportunity to take ownership of this character right now. Boom, baby! Let's go with Boomer, who's also maxed out on gold, it would seem, but I have no problems with that whatsoever. Now the question is, can I, after this troll grenadier has finished introducing itself, mind you, hit him with my dynamite from back here? Oh, I can't. That's unfortunate. I can slam these guys, however. Oh, and use my, of course, troll bomb placements. Boom, baby! Okay, let's be spinning this right round, baby, right round. And those grenades, you see, Boomer is just too much of an intimidating force that he repels even grenades. Okay, where's the key? There you are. And that's going to be our second caged Gilman right now. Man, I really wish I could hit this guy from back here, but unfortunately I'm just asking too much. I'm sure with right angle you probably can hit him. I just can't be asked to spend all my time fetching said specific angle, mind you. Anyway, what's coming up is a fire elemental area that I really hate. Not even for awesomeness of Igniter is going to make that fire section any better. Because I hate it. I hate it so much. But in order to 100% this game, I'm going to have to tackle it. Regardless of my hatred for it. So here we go with your boy. And of course, his chef's hat.
Skylanders of the fire element are stronger.
Okay, we have found all the areas, so that's great, I suppose. But now, the reason why I hate this so much is because I never have any idea on where it is I'm going. The paths are just, you know, a mystery to me. I just pick a pipe and hope for the best. I haven't mesmerized all the routes. Oh, but I accidentally wound up upon the hat, which is great. But the hat isn't the only thing we need to gather right here. There's also a legendary treasure for the pickings. So let's destroy that for looking at me funny. Okay, what else do we have around here? Nothing much here, it would seem. But what about this one? This one's going to bring us here. Nothing of interest. For the right one, I think he's just going to leave us background, so we're just going to go straight with the left, I suppose. Where is this going to leave us? With a singular pipe thingamabob, but luckily there's a lever here which we're going to hit. That's going to open up that middle valve right now, and we can use that to gain access to a legendary treasure. I suppose that when you accidentally know exactly where it is that you're going, this area is a lot more bearable, I suppose, anyway. Anyway, hopefully in me having just said that I know where I'm going, I didn't just jinx anything right now, because that would be unfortunate. Okay, let's see, where does this one lead us to? Oh, back here, exactly where I wanted to go. Now that sure is convenient. So let's gather ourselves a legendary treasure without further ado. As we travel through a great many pipes, it would seem. And by a great many, I mean a great many. So there's our legendary treasure at hand. Nice little fishy fella. And just like that, we can head into this. And I'm hoping this is the way out, because boy, do I want to get out of here already. Sweet, that was indeed the way out. Thank heavens that's said and done with, so we can finally convert back to Boomer himself. And who knows, you know, by the time we've 100% this level, it might even be time to end off the episode. So it's definitely been a productive episode, this one. We're going to grab this key without further ado. And we could bring around the laser to make our life a hell of a whole lot easier when we have enemies up there to face. But ultimately, Boomer is powerful enough as is, so I'm sure he will be able to take down some fools just fine. Oh, but there's a tank right now. That's inconvenient. Or is it? I'm going to destroy it anyway, with ease, might I add. Boom, baby. Told you so. Thanks to my might of button mashing skull. Oh, yeah. Even getting some snipes from downtown as I have gathered up 2 keys by total accident, but we will take it. It is now only 2 more cages remain. I love the fact that, you know, Soul Seekers is all about routing, and even this level in and of itself, I routed differently to what I did the original run of this level. You know, all that differenceness, it makes this level almost feel like something completely new. It's just not. It's the exact same level that we played it already, and it's not amongst my favourite levels in this game, I must go as far to admit. But hey, even in levels that aren't as good as the other levels in this game, I'm still having fun regardless. That just goes to show how good this game is when you can enjoy even the very worst levels that it has to offer, mind you. So this spell point is going down, and we are opening up this final chest, mind you. A boom, baby. Now I believe the final objective we need to 100% this level is a treasure chest, which is going to be accessible to us very, very shortly. That is if, you know, we don't get blown up by the tech spell pump first, which is a pretty big if. But here we go with the treasure chest. Boom, baby. Once again, the game is pointing out the obvious and telling me that I have indeed found a treasure chest. It's like, thanks for pointing out the fucking obvious, game. I can kind of see that with my own 2 eyes, I can. Oh, boom, that's just going to count. All of the enemies will be destroyed and the refinery will go boom as I have started chasing stars. We've earned the achievement for 100% in our very first level in this game and getting Oilspill Island 2 triple stars, but I am going to be concluding the episode here. Now, with that all being said and done, this video is coming to an end, but before that happens, I first want to thank all my Blazing Knights and Scorpion Dragons whose support allow me to continue pumping out quality videos like this one. Without them, this all wouldn't be possible. Therefore, I genuinely appreciate every last one of you from the bottom of my heart. If you enjoyed this video, I have other you can watch by clicking on screen now, and you can even subscribe by pressing the button on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one, but until that moment arises, peace!